Welcome to the Real Estate Investment Nomad Podcast. This is Natalie, and today we have Gabriela Alvera here from Ecuador. We're going to be talking about real estate in Ecuador, all the do's and the don'ts, and also some of the risks you can encounter if you don't know what you're doing in a country like the one we're here right now. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah. Hi, Natalie. Thank you for letting me share with you this time and tell you about this little country in South America.
Yeah, we were chatting, and Ecuador is kind of small, but it has a lot of opportunities. And with that, I think also comes some people that might be thinking about Ecuador as an investment opportunity, either based on the location or the lifestyle. Tell us more about you, your experience, and how long have you been in the industry?
Well, I'm been in the industry like 11 years. I work in Quito most of all, and I have the expertise about guiding people to buy a first property or second property or investment.
What cities? I mean, Ecuador seems like it has several blue zones on the map. When people like living here because it's healthier, they live longer. What are the cities that you've seen that, let's say, in the last 10 to 20 years, have been growing that maybe nobody saw them happening? Like, we're here right now in this town that are probably growing over time based on that being more known worldwide, and people like the location because of the lifestyle.
Well, there is Cuenca, maybe Loja, maybe Manta. There are the cities that are interested for foreign people.
And do you think they come because of the weather, lifestyle, or the cost of living? Like, I think cost
All
of
of
living is
all,
here.
in fact, because Ecuador has not seasons like the snow and the seasons in Ecuador are friendly. So it's because of that, because of weather, because of cost of living, because of people, we
The
are a
culture.
small country in nature and everything.
Yeah, I like the fact that Ecuador has a lot of climates. Quito seems to be a little chilly for people who like the mountain and
Yeah.
they don't like the super hot beach weather. But you also have some coast. What do you see for some buyers that are thinking about, picking a destination here, not only to live but also to invest? What are the steps they need to follow? Like if they choose a city like Manta, I'm sure the process is very similar in all Ecuador for a closing.
Yeah, it's similar in all country. So it's the seller, is the buyer, and is the lawyer in the middle. But they will need to do something if they want to get a loan, for example, or if they want to pay it by cash. There is difference, so easier, and they have the same rights that Ecuadorians.
Okay. So anybody in Ecuador can buy any foreign
Anybody,
buyer.
any foreign people.
And the buying process, what would you say it will take? I know it will vary from cash to a loan. When investors come from different countries, probably they don't get a loan here, right? Like,
No, they have to be living here and prove residence and incomes.
has to be from here.
Yeah.
So if they are international buyers, they will have to come with cash. So if they're liking a property or a project.
Yeah, of course. It's by cash. And it's gonna be easy. They are going to pay the same taxes as an Ecuadorian. It's not complicated, but they are going to need someone to guide them to do that correctly.
So for the locations that we're chatting about, but Quito being the capital, because I feel like that's the one, always busy. What kind of people, like guests or nationalities do you see coming right now to Ecuador that you've seen more, more than others, let's say?
From US, they are the most. From Spain too. I was making an investigation, and there are Colombians coming to live in Ecuador too, because, and most of them are from the United States because we have dollar here in Ecuador, so it is easier for them to invest here and to buy.
Yeah, I forgot that the currency is dollars, so it makes it easier to do a transaction without exchange rate of any type. It's just the local amount. For prices, because some buyers are curious to know, because right now we can get a menu outside for $3, right? For food, you can get a main course soup and a juice or flavored water. What do you foresee? What are the prices for real estate? Quito, has several areas. right from the smallest in a good area to the most expensive?
It depends if it is new or if it is not. It's used. Depends on the years, but maybe I don't know. In the main of the city, if you are going to purchase a property of 30 years old, maybe you are going to find apartments of $880. Okay, the meter.
Per
Okay,
square meter?
yeah. And if you are going to purchase something new and in a very high floor, it is gonna be like, I don't know, maybe 3,000 per meter.
Oh,
It depends on the
$3,000
area,
per
on
square
the
meter.
age, and yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're going from 800 to maybe 3,000, depending on the area.
Yeah.
And what are some of the risks? Buyers that are considering investing in Ecuador, they should foresee. Because if it's Latin America, at least when we work in Mexico, we have to be very careful on how we guide our buyers because they can fall into a fraudulent transaction and not everything that's shiny is gold. So they have to be very mindful on what they're buying. What would be the process they need to follow to avoid any risks?
Okay, the first is to contract an agent. Yeah, because an agent is going to help you to do the connections to the for the seller and the connections for the lawyer. So this person is going to guide you and to avoid fraud. There is a lot of fraud in Ecuador. I guess this is in Latin
That's
America
right.
and everywhere. But if you see a person who is going to guide you in the process, is much better.
Yeah. And for the closing period, let's say, once you have a transaction that if you close in cash, what's the time frame? Like, should they plan for a month,
If
three
all the
months?
papers are correct and the lawyer checked them and everything, maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
If the payment is on cash.
Okay.
Cash from a loan, it is gonna take like 3 months.
Okay. Okay. So from 3 weeks to 3 months,
Yeah.
like the purchase process. And now that we're here in this town, can you share more about this town? Because we're visiting different parts of Ecuador to see the opportunity, and the price per square meter, of course, goes lower as we go farther away from Quito or the big cities. Tell us more about this, where we are right now, the name and all that.
Okay, this is Pedro Vicente Maldonado. It's 2 hours from Quito, and the most exciting or the most beautiful things about my country is that if you travel 2 hours, you're gonna feel another climate. You're gonna be in another space. And Pedro Vicente Maldonado, it's in the via to the coast, to the beach. So now we are in a very nice climate. You
Yeah,
can
we have
see
no jackets.
no jackets, and it's very
Mosquitoes,
nice.
some
Yeah,
mosquitoes.
some mosquitoes. It's a rainforest. So it's very beautiful. And we are in Pedro Vicente Maldonado. It's a very small town that is growing a lot. And here we are selling some land from $29,000, and they're very, very nice. This space is really nice. It's warm, it's beautiful, it's nature, it's everything good.
How big will that 25,000 will get you? How much land, more or less?
800 square meters.
800 square meters for
Uh-huh.
29,000 in this
Yeah,
town,
in this
and it's
town.
growing very fast as
Yeah,
well.
it's growing a lot.
So we're going to be visiting a project nearby, and also we'll be sharing more content on that. But I think that price is amazing because you get a lot of space for not that much money, and you're in the country rainforest side of town, and there's a lot of waterfalls and things to do.
Yeah,
Nature
and
here, right?
rivers, and you can make walks, and you are near to the beach too. So from here to the beach is like 2.5 hours. It's like you're in the middle of the chilly climate and the hot climate.
The hot
It's very
climate.
nice.
Nice. No, it's good. And then for the buying process, as you mentioned, it can be anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. Anybody can buy. Are there any requirements for the foreign buyers, or just if you
No,
used to have cash, you can just do the
yeah, you can
transaction?
just do it. Yeah, yeah. And you can get I was reading about it. You can get a visa, investment visa too, here in Ecuador, if you buy a property. So If you're not a resident, you can get that visa too by buying a property. And if you want to stay in here, it is going to help you to get the residence, the permanent residence.
That's great. That's for immigration part of things. Let's chat a bit. Once you buy the property, what happens after? Let's say, is Airbnb easy to do here? Is very regulated by the government, or anybody can buy a property and do Airbnb?
In fact, anybody can do it. You are going to pay taxes like everyone. There is not more taxes for the foreigners. No, it's the same thing.
So based on the income that you make, rental income, let's say, taxes on the rental income, right?
Yeah, of course.
And for the operations, how do you see the traffic coming? What are the cities that you foresee that will have maybe more growth for Airbnb, for rentals? Like where right now, it's more like a vacation, but people can live here too, right? Like maybe they're looking to get away from Quito, the big city, come back to nature. How do you see the traffic of Airbnb flowing in a town like this?
It is it is growing, in fact.
And we were checking Airbnb prices, and it wasn't that cheap anymore, right? Like
it wasn't that cheap. Maybe you're gonna find here from in Airbnb like 25 per night. No, per night. Per person to, I don't know, maybe we saw a house of $2,000 per night. So it depends on how luxury it is. But you are going to have here in this town the opportunity of grow because it is growing.
And then it's still not in the main city, but it has all the infrastructure to live, and it's close to the beach, which I think is a nice perk because it's nearby.
Yeah, of course.
So we talk about the process, we talk about immigration. What are I'm sure it varies by development, but what's the down payment requirements for properties? Like developments are, let's say, pre-construction, or is it more like you say cash is if you want to buy a property full, but is there any projects that are coming up here in the area or in Quito that are buying in the blueprints, like you're buying pre-construction? What are the steps? Like what's the down payment they need and how long they finance it? Is it seller's financing?
They have to make a reservation first, so it may be between $500 to $2,000, and between 15 days after they are going to be paying the 20% of the property.
20% down.
Yeah. That is the required down payment to set a promesa compraventa, to a signed document, okay?
And then after that, they have certain amount, like what's the average of months? Like 1 year, 2, 3, 4 years?
To pay it completely?
Yeah.
For example, these properties we're selling here, you have 2 years to pay, like monthly. So you can pay directly to the constructor or the seller, like in 2 years. But if you are going to buy a house, an apartment, that's different because you are going to have a loan or a cash payment. So you asked me for the pre-construction. Sorry, maybe the time the construction is going through. Okay.
So then just pay off as you go, and then the seller's finance and no interest. If there was an interest involved, what's the average here right now?
For the normal interest is for 7.5% for foreign to 10.45 maybe percent.
Okay. So
I know.
So it's not cheap, like let's say. But
no, it's not cheap.
But it's not expensive either, like Mexico.
How is
we're
Mexico?
Almost 9 to 14.
Oh wow, yeah.
So it's still really reasonable. So if you have any buyer that is maybe from Ecuador and they left a while ago to the US, Canada, or other Europe, and they're thinking to come back and buy, will the process be similar because their income is not here? They won't be able to get a loan?
No, if there are certain banks that gives them a loan for Ecuadorians that live
abroad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really good. They have to requirements. They have to be.
So they have to follow certain requirements and then apply.
It is not that easy like it sounds, but we can help them to do that.
Okay. So it's a possibility if you're Ecuadorian and live somewhere else that you can get some loan based on your nationality because you were born here. Great. So then I think we covered almost everything on the buying side. The potential that there is besides the capital of Quito. I'm sure that people who come from different countries are seeing the beauty of the countryside. That is where we are right now.
Yeah, and we are going to see in tomorrow this beautiful space that we are now in.
I thank you for the information, and yeah, if you have any questions, we'll have Gabby's information below, so you can click and contact her directly, ask any questions about the market locally. And with that, we finished. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate Investment Nomad podcast. I hope today's episode has inspired you to explore new horizons in global real estate. Remember, the world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. And with the right insights, you can turn those opportunities into successful investments. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us bring you the best content possible. Don't forget to follow us in social media for more resources and updates. Until next time, my friends, this is nathalysalas, encouraging you to think big, invest globally, and transform your real estate journey. Safe travels and happy investing.